It's time for Comments with Coach Cook, our weekly visit with Nebraska volleyball coach John Cook. I'm Jayson Jorgensen. Well, the fifth-ranked Huskers are coming off their biggest win to this point in the season. Well, they played well on Wednesday night as they swept second-ranked Stanford at the Devaney Center. And as you might expect, Cook was impressed with the Huskers' performance.
Yeah, it was a fun night. Our team knew they were going to have a great match. And so they performed, and I thought they really took over the match and really dictated how we're going to play, and we got a great result.
Afterwards at the press conference, the players talked about really being locked in on the game plan. That also had to please you.
Well, we had a couple of days to prepare, and you know, they were one of the top offensive teams in the country, so we knew we had to be great defensively, and that's kind of how we roll.
You've been a great team this year in first sets. What are you saying before the match? You must be giving some great pep talks.
I have no idea. I mean, some years we get ripped because we always get behind, so who the heck knows? I don't know.
How about the other night in the second set? They made a run on you. You'd said before, you'd kind of learned earlier this year you've been punched in the mouth and had to fight back. When you fought back like you did in the second set, did you feel maybe the momentum was clearly on your side at that point?
I think that was a huge momentum shift because I think Stanford made that big run. It was an 8-point run, and usually when you do that, you're going to win the game. But somehow we found a way to get it close, and then made a couple great plays to win it. I think, I can't remember all the points, but it definitely gave us a ton of confidence to be able to come back like that and win game two. They win game two. That's, now becomes the best out of three, and, who knows what can happen there. But I think that really gave us a lot of momentum, and especially going into the third.
I was going to ask you, what's your routine after a match? When you go back and watch the tape, do you do it right away or do you wait till the next morning?
I've had already several calls stuff this morning. As soon as I hang up with you, I'm on video.
Yeah.
We'll go through last night's match. We have to, we're going to make notes because we could play them again in the NCAA tournament. So, start looking about what we did well, what can we do better, and we always, just like the Navy SEALs, we're always going to debrief and talk about what we did well and what we got to do better. And you got to go back and look at it. You see a lot more on video than you do when it's live. You hear football guys talk about that all the time. I got to see the video because it's happening so fast and there's so much going on. It's hard to see everything. So video is a great teacher.
Got to be hard to go to sleep at night, isn't it, after something that exciting?
As you get older, it's easier. No.
That makes sense.
No, it's hard. It is hard because your adrenaline's pumping and you're wound up. But yeah, it's not the normal lifestyle. Let's put it that way. Not a 9-to-5 job. Let's put it that way.
I know what you're saying, especially being a broadcaster. Kind of goes the same way. Nationally last night, there were a lot of huge non-conference matchups in the age of super conferences, and you and I talked about scheduling a little bit last week, but do you think that could continue for volleyball? It seems like such a great thing, but I'm sure if the conferences are tougher, maybe people don't want to load up with a heavy dose of big-time matches.
I think it's because the NCAA committee for the NCAA tournament is actually saying they're rewarding, playing big matches against top teams, that we're going to continue to see it. So, and TV's picking it up. I mean, last night was a huge night. Everybody was televised, all the big matches, and it's great for the sport. And that's what creates people's attention. I'll be curious what our ratings are. I don't know if they'll be great because there was 3 other great matches going on, but I know our fans were pumped on a Wednesday night.
How about Sunday at Louisville? Looks like they're continuing to play at high levels. They beat Kentucky on Wednesday. What do you got to shut down from them?
They're really good. They run a 6-2, so we've got a lot of hitters we got to deal with, and they're going to have a huge crowd, maybe the largest crowd they've ever had. So it'll be a great test for us. And again, it's where the Final Four is going to be. So if we want to be serious about going to the Final Four, it's a great opportunity to go experience it, play them, because they think they're going to be in the Final Four. And so this is a great opportunity to get tested and see what we can do.
You mentioned Sunday. What an opportunity. National broadcast on on ABC. I know you just as soon keep the same, day you play every week, but boy, that really shows where this sport has come.
This will be the second time we've been on ABC. Where, the finals last year was on ABC. So women's volleyball is exploding. And again, I'm going to give Nebraska a lot of credit for, what we did for the stadium match. I think has really helped women's volleyball become, a major player all across the country and on the major networks.
And that was Nebraska volleyball head coach John Cook. Huskers certainly have some momentum going into that big matchup on Sunday, but boy, the tough non-conference gauntlet continues when they play at Louisville. And again, that's a national TV broadcast on Sunday on ABC. That'll do it for Comments with Coach Cook. I'm Jayson Jorgensen.